God says, I am watching what they did to you, and my justice is already in motion. They thought their secrets were safe in the shadows, but I am bringing everything into the light. The shame they buried is now rising to the surface, and your name is the truth that is exposing it all. This isn't just another story of betrayal. This is divine revelation. I am unveiling everything they tried to hide behind fake smiles and empty words. Every person who doubted you is now beginning to see the real story unfold. Behind closed doors, they whispered lies. They planned their moves against you. They used your silence as weakness, but I saw your strength. Your strength wasn't in fighting back. It was in trusting me. Now the curtain is falling. The people who laughed at you in secret are now whispering about them. The one who mocked you is now the one being pitied. Type Amen to get blessing 333. God says this is not revenge. This is revelation. I have aligned everything so perfectly that no one can deny the truth anymore. It is too obvious, too loud, too undeniable. They sat confidently thinking they had turned everyone against you, but now they lower their heads, avoiding the very people they tried to poison with lies. Because every eye they thought was their ally now looks at them with disappointment. The same rooms they walked into proudly now feel like battlefields. The stares, the whispers, the sideways glances, they are all reflections of the truth I have exposed. The weight of their guilt is pressing on their shoulders. You were never meant to fight this battle with your hands. I was fighting it in silence with power beyond what you could see. And now heaven has opened a door of truth they cannot escape. Type Amen to get blessing 444. You didn't lose your dignity when they tried to drag you through the mud. You stood tall. You remained silent. You trusted my timing instead of your own revenge. And that is why this moment carries such power. This is your reward for not losing yourself while they lost everything. The reward isn't gold or silver. It is their humiliation under heaven's light. Someone you never expected has turned against them. They were once loyal to your betrayer, but now they have switched sides, because even they can see how low that person truly went. They tried to trap you in stories they invented, but now they are the characters everyone talks about with disgust. Your silence built a mirror, and now it is showing them exactly what they have become. Type Amen to get blessing 555. A conversation happened recently, one you weren't part of, but your name came up and it wasn't spoken in shame. It was spoken in awe. The person who painted you as desperate is now seen as desperate themselves. They tried to use your pain for their entertainment. They laughed at your tears. They mocked your struggles. But the same people who laughed with them are now shaking their heads in disappointment. They never expected this twist. They never imagined karma would arrive so loudly. But it has, and you are standing in the center of it, not as a victim, but as a living testimony. Their actions weren't just low, they were deeply cruel, and I made sure no lie they tell now can clean their stained reputation. Type Amen to get blessing 777. If you feel moved to sow seeds of blessing for your future, for your children, and for your loved ones, I invite you to visit the pinned comment at the top of this page. Giving is not forced. Giving is planting seeds for tomorrow. Not just for you, but for your descendants, for those you hold dear. When you sow in faith, you reap in abundance. A message is spreading. A truth that once hid in darkness is now dancing in daylight. They cannot hide from the eyes anymore. They used your kindness as a stepping stone. Now they are being stepped over by the same crowd they thought they controlled. Their manipulation has become their isolation. You are not the same person who cried alone. You are now the one everyone wants to understand. People are saying they were right about them all along. And that is why they are embarrassed. They know their social standing is crumbling. Their fake persona has shattered. All that remains is the weak, exposed version they fought so hard to hide. They hoped you would break. Instead, they are the ones breaking. Type Amen to get blessing 88. They are watching your rise now quietly. They will not clap. They will not congratulate. But deep inside, they know your elevation is the price of their deception. People who once supported them are now asking, how could they do that to someone so genuine? Their answers stutter. Their guilt speaks louder than their excuses. They never imagined the lies they whispered would turn into winds carrying your truth. But now everywhere they turn, they feel it. The atmosphere has shifted. Your name used to be the one they tried to destroy, but now it is their own name they wish they could erase from conversations. Type Amen to get blessing 999. The places they once walked proudly now feel like minefields. Every glance feels like judgment. Every laugh feels directed at them. Because it is. They wanted to dim your light, but your resilience made you shine brighter. Their fear isn't of you anymore. It is of the reflection they see in everyone's eyes. The truth was never silent. It was waiting for its perfect moment. And that moment is now, unfolding in real time with every exposed secret and every broken alliance. There is nowhere left for them to hide. Their apologies wouldn't be enough even if they offered them, because this isn't about words, it is about character, and their mask has fallen completely. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. God says you didn't have to expose them. I did it for you, piece by piece, day by day. Truth conquered illusion. They underestimated what grace could accomplish. They thought your silence meant you were finished. But your power was never in noise. It was in faith. They mocked you publicly, but now they are being discussed privately. And what is being said about them cannot be repaired with smiles or small talk. You don't need to confront them. You don't even need to acknowledge them, because I have already judged the matter and placed favor firmly in your corner. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. They wake up every morning wondering who else discovered the truth. Every notification makes them nervous. They fear it is another consequence of what they did. The person who told them everything was under control is now running away too. Truth has grown wings, and it is flying faster than their lies ever could. You became a mirror, not by speaking, but by staying pure in heart. Now their reflection haunts them daily. They remember their actions, but more importantly, they remember how you responded with grace and silence, and that silence is now thundering louder than their entire campaign of lies. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. The people who once called them strong now whisper the word coward, because real strength isn't found in deception. It is rooted in honesty, and you have carried that from the beginning. God says, don't be surprised when the apologies never come. Pride will not allow them to admit what they did, but their regret will burn silently within them. There will come a moment when they try to rewrite history. They will attempt to befriend those who now stand beside you, but it will not work. The truth is sealed in stone. You are not just surviving this season, you are being elevated by it. You are becoming living proof that light always returns, even after the darkest storms. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. A celebration is approaching, not one with balloons or music, but a celebration of truth, of clarity, of divine vindication. You earned it without lifting a finger in revenge. The whispers circulating now aren't against you. They are for you. People are finally seeing what they refused to believe before. Your dignity moved heaven itself. It activated divine forces to lift your name from ashes and carve it into strength. This is your season, not a return to the old life, but a divine step into what was always waiting beyond their schemes. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. They can no longer tell their version without someone interrupting with facts. The illusion is shattering, and they feel it deeply. You were not naive, you were not blind. You were wise enough to step back and let truth speak for itself. Their circle is shrinking rapidly. Their supporters have gone silent. Their faces, once full of pride, are now covered in embarrassment. You have become evidence that justice moves slowly but arrives surely. And this is only the beginning of your vindication. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. You will not need to say a single word. Your life will continue speaking the truth. They tried to bury. God says the one who laughed at your pain is now crying in secret. The one who boasted victories over you now hides in shame. Let them watch from a distance. Let them shrink in their corners, because your story is no longer about them. It is about me and what I am doing through you. They tested you, and you passed. Now you are entering a season of divine favor, open doors, and heavenly surprises. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. Their biggest mistake wasn't just what they did. It was realizing too late that they did it to someone chosen. someone watched over, someone protected by divine order. They crossed boundaries not drawn by humans, but established by heaven. And now every step they take reminds them of that fatal error. You are not walking with revenge filling your heart. You are walking with power filling your soul. That is why everything about you feels elevated now. Even your silence carries the weight of thunder to their ears. Conversations are happening in rooms you have never entered. Your name is being spoken, not in gossip, but with admiration. Even people who once sided against you are shifting toward your energy. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. They tried to block your light, but they only made it shine with greater intensity. And now they are fading in rooms they once dominated. Truth has stripped them of everything they pretended to be. A new opportunity is about to present itself to you, one that arrived only because false connections were removed from your path. This opportunity requires clean hands and a pure heart, which you have maintained throughout this trial. You will not have to chase it. You will not need to beg for it. You will simply need to receive it with gratitude. The person offering this opportunity will do so because they heard your story. They know you didn't retaliate, and that makes you trustworthy in their eyes. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. Meanwhile, the one who betrayed you watches from the shadows, realizing every blessing flowing toward you is now beyond their reach. Your strength has become testimony. They tried to paint you as emotional, unstable, unworthy of respect. But now everyone sees clearly, it was never you, it was always them. Their fake loyalty stands exposed. The masks have fallen to the ground. What remains is someone standing in the ruins of their own false narrative. But you are rising higher, not with bitterness poisoning your spirit, not with vengeance driving your actions, but with destiny pulling you forward. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. Every place where they slandered your name will soon witness your elevation. They will not be able to avoid seeing it. You are becoming living evidence that grace still conquers. They will hear about your success from the same people they once gossiped with. Their faces will fall when they realize you have surpassed everything they hoped you would fail at. They will want to reach out, apologize, reconnect, but pride will stop them cold, and even if they tried, that door has already closed and locked. You have forgiven them in your heart, but you haven't forgotten the lessons. And those memories serve as your compass now. They keep you moving forward while they remain frozen in the past they created. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. Your story has completely shifted direction. You are no longer the one healing from wounds. You are the one leading others toward healing. Your energy speaks volumes louder than any confrontation ever could. They once said you wouldn't make it without them in your life, but now they are watching you thrive in complete silence. That stings them most deeply. They weren't needed after all. They created elaborate rumors and wrapped them in charm and false concern. But truth doesn't need makeup or preparation. It reveals itself at the divinely appointed time. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. And this time, truth has chosen to shine directly through you. Every room you enter now carries a presence that humbles even your enemies. That is your justice. Not screaming or shouting or posting angry messages, but simply walking in the truth they tried to demolish. There is a place I am preparing for you now. It is higher than where you have been, more peaceful than you have known, and it has no space for the weight of betrayal or bitterness. I have declared the closing of an old chapter in your book. You are not just turning a page, you are starting an entirely new volume. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. The same people who celebrated your pain will now feel deeply uncomfortable in your presence. That is not revenge orchestrated by you. It is divine reversal, orchestrated by me. What was designed for your destruction has become your confirmation and promotion. What was whispered behind your back is now being shouted under bright lights. There will come a time when they sit alone, thinking about what they did. Not because they miss you personally, but because they lost something irreplaceable, your presence in their world. You brought peace into their storms. You brought honesty into their web of lies. Type Amen to get blessing 2424. And now, without you, they are surrounded by the chaos they once called control. Let them feel the full weight of that loss. Let them sit with the uncomfortable truth. Because the moment you stopped showing up was the moment everything began falling apart for them. and still, you moved forward. Not with bitterness corroding your heart, but with blessing flowing through your spirit. This is your time now, beloved. A season not defined by revenge or payback, but by tangible results and visible progress. Your actions will speak for themselves. Your energy will inspire others who have been through similar betrayals. Your journey will become healing medicine for broken hearts. Type Amen to get blessing 25. 25. They were always a distraction from your true purpose, a delay in your divine timing, a disguise wearing the costume of friend, lover, supporter, mentor. But I saw through the mask before you did, and I removed it precisely when the time was right. That removal caused pain, yes, but it also opened your eyes completely. And those open eyes now see everything with perfect clarity. You are not mourning anymore. You are moving with momentum, and your next chapter will silence every rumor, every lie, every jealous whisper they ever spread. Type Amen to get blessing 2626. God says you will receive unexpected calls, surprising messages, invitations you never anticipated. But not all are meant to be accepted with open arms. Not everyone who applauds you carries genuine intentions. Discernment is your shield in this new season. Use it wisely. Guard your peace fiercely. Protect your new position carefully. The very tables where they denied you a seat are now being completely overturned. You are not just being invited to sit down, you are being honored at the head, and those who excluded you will watch it happen with their own eyes. Type Amen to get blessing 2727. Not because you forced it or manipulated circumstances, but because I ordained it from the foundation of the world. Rewards are coming through unexpected pathways. A stranger will extend blessing toward you. An unanticipated door will swing wide open. You will remember this prophecy when it manifests before you. Everything they attempted to delay is now rushing toward you like a flood. Those delays were never setbacks. They were divine setups for greater alignment with my perfect will. Your name is safe now, covered by my hand, guarded by my angels, and every attempt they make to speak against you now returns to them as echoes of their own shame. Type Amen to get blessing 2828. So rise up, chosen one. Your inner light cannot be dimmed any longer. Your truth has already won the war before it even began. Let them be embarrassed by their own actions. Let them retreat into their corners of regret. Let them carry the weight of their own decisions. You are walking with angels now, beloved. You are being guided into rooms where your name was already honored before your physical arrival. God says, do not return to what broke you into pieces. What is approaching is infinitely greater than what you lost. What lies ahead surpasses what was stolen from you. Type Amen to get blessing 2929. Keep walking forward with confidence. Keep glowing with the light I placed within you. Keep thriving despite their expectations of your failure. The ones who laughed with cruelty will now watch with envy. The ones who doubted your resilience will now follow your example. You didn't just survive the storm. You learned to dance in the rain. You didn't just endure the fire. You came out purified like gold, and now everyone can see the difference. They can feel it when you enter a space. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. The atmosphere shifts because my presence rests upon you. Your enemies feel it most acutely. It is not arrogance radiating from you. It is authority given by heaven itself. They wanted to see you destroyed completely. They hoped you would give up and disappear. Instead, you stood firm on the rock of faith. And that rock didn't move an inch. Now they are the ones disappearing from spaces they once controlled. Now they are the ones hoping to avoid encounters. Because facing you means facing the truth of what they did. Type Amen to get blessing 3131. God says, I am opening doors no human can close. I am closing doors no human can open. The season of your vindication has officially begun. Watch how quickly things shift in your favor now. Watch how suddenly opportunities present themselves. Watch how divine connections appear seemingly out of nowhere. This is not luck or coincidence. This is my hand moving on your behalf. This is my promise coming to fulfillment. Type Amen to get blessing 3232. Those who stood by you when others walked away will be rewarded alongside you. I see every act of loyalty. I remember every word of encouragement spoken over your life when you felt like giving up. Nothing goes unnoticed in my kingdom. And now blessings are about to overflow not just into your life, but into the lives of those who remained faithful. They sowed seeds of love when others planted seeds of hatred. Now it is harvest time for everyone who chose your side. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. The betrayer will send a message soon. Don't be surprised when it arrives. It might come through a mutual friend. It might come directly. But I am warning you now so you will not be caught off guard. They will test the waters, seeing if there is any chance of reconciliation or renewed connection. Here is what you need to know, beloved. Forgiveness doesn't require reconnection. Healing doesn't demand their presence. You can release them in your heart without inviting them back into your life. Type Amen to get blessing 3434. Wisdom is knowing the difference between a lesson and a lifestyle. They were a lesson. A painful one, yes, but a lesson nonetheless. Don't turn a temporary lesson into a permanent lifestyle by reopening closed doors. I closed that door for your protection. Trust my decision even when emotions whisper otherwise. Your future is too bright to be dimmed by recycled connections from a dark past. The people I am bringing into your life next will treat you the way you have always deserved. Type Amen to get blessing 3535. They will value you, not tolerate you. They will celebrate you, not compete with you. They will build with you, not break you down. These are the relationships worth investing in now. These are the connections that will carry you into your next level. God says, I am establishing you in a place of honor, not just temporarily, but permanently. This isn't a brief moment of relief before another storm. This is the beginning of sustained peace and prosperity. Type Amen to get blessing 3636. I am restoring what the enemy stole. I am rebuilding what betrayal destroyed. I am renewing what pain tried to kill. Your joy is returning. Your peace is settling in. Your confidence is being restored. And everyone who witnessed your struggle will soon witness your strength. They will see the transformation and wonder how you did it. The answer is simple. You trusted me even when you couldn't see me. Type Amen to get blessing 3737. You believed my promises when circumstances screamed otherwise. You held on to faith when logic said let go. That kind of trust activates heaven. That kind of faith moves mountains. And now you are about to see those mountains removed from your path. Obstacles that seemed permanent are suddenly disappearing. Problems that felt impossible are suddenly resolving. Doors that appeared locked are suddenly opening wide. This is what happens when you put your full trust in me. Type Amen to get blessing 3838. If you feel led to sow seeds of blessing for your future and the future of your loved ones, I encourage you to visit the pinned comment. This is not about obligation or pressure. This is about partnership with heaven. When you give with a cheerful heart, you are planting seeds in fertile soil. Those seeds will grow into trees of blessing that provide shade and fruit for generations. Not just for you, but for your children and their children. Generational blessing begins with one act of faith-filled giving. Type Amen to get blessing 3939. God says the best chapter of your life is being written right now. Don't look back with regret. Look forward with expectation. Don't rehearse the pain, declare the promise. Don't remember the betrayal, receive the blessing. Your focus determines your future. Keep your eyes on what I am doing, not on what they did. Keep your heart fixed on my faithfulness, not on their failure, and watch how quickly your entire life transforms. Type Amen to get blessing 4040. This is your moment. This is your season. This is your time to shine with the glory I placed within you from the beginning. The world is about to see what I see when I look at you. Strength wrapped in humility, power clothed in gentleness, victory seasoned with grace. They tried to write your ending, but I am writing your beginning. They tried to close your story, but I am opening new chapters they never imagined possible. Type Amen to get blessing 4141. Walk forward with your head held high, not in pride, but in the confidence of knowing who you belong to. You are mine. and anyone who touches you touches the apple of my eye. From this day forward you walk under divine protection and supernatural favor. Let them watch. Let them wonder. Let them witness what happens when heaven fights for someone. Your greatest days aren't behind you. They are ahead of you, and they are closer than you think. Type Amen to receive your final blessing. God says, I love you. I see you, I am with you, and I am not finished with you yet. The best is yet to come.